Today in history, November 1. November 1 is an important day in India's freedom struggle and post-independence era. On November 1, 1958, Indian territory moved from East India Company's rule to direct rule under British Crown. On this day in 1913, Gadar movement was started by Lala Hardayal and Kartar Singh to free India. Post-independence in 1956, states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh were formed on November 1. Then, 10 years later, in 1966, states of Haryana and Punjab were created by splitting the province of East Punjab. In 2000, through Madhya Pradesh Reorganization Act, the state of Chhattisgarh was formed by partitioning 10 Chhattisgarhi and 6 Gondi-speaking southeastern districts of Madhya Pradesh. Today in history, November 2nd. This day marks as one of the first and the last in the history of science. In 1988, Robert Morris launched first computer worm via internet. He was a student at Cornell University and released this as an experiment which brought down 6,000 computers. This resulted in the first felony conviction under 1986 Computer Fraud and Abuse Act in USA. In 2000, Expedition 1 was launched to inhabit International Space Station, and since then it has had an uninterrupted human presence on board. So this becomes the last day when all humans were together on planet Earth at the same time. Today in history, November 3rd. On November 3rd, 1957, Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2, which had a dog named Laika on board. She was the first living creature to be shot into the space in orbit around the Earth. At this time, the technology to deorbit was not developed, so her recovery and survival were never planned. She died within a few hours of launch due to overheating. As a tribute, in 2008, a small monument with a statue of Laika was unveiled in Moscow, as she paved the way for human spaceflight during the upcoming years after her sad demise. Today in history, November 4th. This day hosts two firsts in the political history of United States. In 1924, Nellie Ross became the first female elected as governor in the United States. When her husband, William Ross, the then elected governor of Wyoming, died, Nellie was nominated to run for governor in a special election the following month. She won the elections on November 4th, 1924 and became a governor of Wyoming on Jan 5th the next year. In 2008, Barack Obama became the first person of African American descent to be elected President of the United States. He served as their 44th president and served for 2 terms in the office. Also, in 2009, he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize. Today in history, November 5th. This day in 2013 marks India's first interplanetary mission, Mangalyaan. This probe was launched using PSLV rocket and it spent around a month in Earth's orbit. It made series of 7 apogee-raising orbital maneuvers before breaking free of Earth's gravity and get a trans-Mars injection. After a 298 days transit, it entered a highly elliptical orbit which allowed it to take pictures of entire Martian atmosphere. With it, it carried these instruments: color camera, thermal infrared sensor, ultraviolet spectrometer to study deuterium and hydrogen in Mars' upper atmosphere, a mass spectrometer to study neutral particles in its exosphere, and a sensor for methane. And as of September 2014, India became the 4th country to achieve Mars orbit. Today in history, November 6th. On November 6th, 1950, King Tribhuvan of Nepal took refuge in the Indian embassy in Kathmandu. This incident ignited the Nepalese Revolution of 1951, which achieved annulment of the hereditary prime minister system in Nepal. Next day, on November 7th, the then Prime Minister of Nepal, Mohan Shamsher Jang Bahadur Rana, called an emergency cabinet meeting and declared the 3-year-old Prince Gyanendra as the new king. However, many countries including India, Britain, America refused to recognize the new king. On November 10, 1950, King Tribhuvan fled to New Delhi. After months of negotiations, a tripartite agreement between the Ranas, Nepali Congress and King Tribhuvan was signed in Delhi, and on Feb 18, 1951, King Tribhuvan returned to Nepal as head of state. Today in history, November 7th. On this day in 1875, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee composed Vande Mataram, which was later adopted as the national song of India. Vande Mataram is a poem written in Bengali with a few Sanskrit words. It was first sung by Rabindranath Tagore in the 1896 gathering of the Indian National Congress. It became an imperative in the Indian freedom movement. The poem and the novel containing it was restricted by the British Raj. However, Indians challenged the boycott by singing it openly. On 24th January 1950, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the initial two verses of Vande Mataram as the national song of India. Today in history, November 8. On this day in 2016, the Government of India announced demonetization of all 500 and 1000 rupee banknotes. The main objectives of this were to curtail black money, reduce fake cash, and create a cashless economy. In 2019, the then Finance Minister Piyush Goyal mentioned that 1.3 lakh crores of black money was recovered. During demonetization, 6 lakh fake notes were seized, while 18 lakh fake notes were seized in the next 4 years until 2020. Through digitization, UPI payment volume stood highest in 2020 at approximately 1200 crores among all digital payment channels. Total digital payments in terms of volume have gone up to 3.4 lakh crores in 2020 from 70,000 crores in 2016. But volume of cash notes have increased to approximately 11 lakhs in 2020 from 9 lakhs in 2016. So, was demonetization great or worst is still a debate. Today in history, November 9. In 2019, on November 9, Kartarpur Corridor was inaugurated for the Sikh pilgrims. This is a border crossing corridor connecting Darbar Sahib Gurudwara in Pakistan to India. This was first proposed in 1999 under Delhi-Lahore diplomacy by A.B. Vajpayee and Nawaz Sharif, then Prime Ministers of India and Pakistan. Also, on the same day, Supreme Court of India declared its final judgment in the Ayodhya dispute. The dispute revolved around a site which is traditionally considered a birthplace of Lord Ram by Hindus and was also a location of Mosque Babri Masjid. The issue was if any Hindu temple was previously demolished to create a mosque. The Archaeological Survey of India found remains of a temple there, which was later used as evidence. Later in 2020, Indian government made an announcement to reconstruct Ram temple there and allocated an alternate site in Ayodhya to replace Babri Masjid. Today in history, November 10. This day in 1659, Chhatrapati Shivaji killed Afzal Khan of Adil Shah Court in the Battle of Pratapgarh. And this event single-handedly displays the great mental fortitude of Shivaji. As Shivaji was steadily gaining strength in the regions of Mughal, Adil Shahi Court decided to crush Shivaji and selected Afzal Khan for the assault. After some episodes of diplomatic warfare, Shivaji called for a truce meeting in Pratapgarh and did meticulous planning for the meet, as Afzal had a track record of killing people in such meetings. On the day of meet, 6 feet 7 inches tall Afzal embraced Shivaji and tried to strangle him and pierced his dagger in Shivaji. Shivaji retaliated by using his badnak and disemboweled Khan, who was later beheaded by Shivaji's lieutenant Sambhaji. This single episode was a turning point for Shivaji's dream of Swarajya and Maratha Empire. Today in history, November 11th. On November 11, 1809, Veluthampi, the Lava of Travancore, killed himself when he was surrounded by the British Army. Veluthampi, on January 16, 1809, famously addressed the people of Travancore at Kundara, calling upon them to fight for the independence from Britishers. This event is historically known as Kundara Ghoshna. He fought several wars against British after forging an alliance with Kochi. During one such war, when he was surrounded by British, he chose suicide over surrender and killed himself in Manadi Temple. He was one of the earliest individuals to rebel against British East India Company rule in India. Today in history, November 12. Saudi Arabian airline flight en route from Delhi to Saudi Arabia and Kazakhstan airline flight en route from Kazakhstan to Delhi crashed over a small village some 100 kilometers west of Delhi on November 12, 1996. All 349 passengers on board were killed in the crash, making it the world's deadliest mid-air collision and India's deadliest aviation tragedy. During investigation, it was found that the ultimate cause was failure of Kazakhstan's pilot to follow ATC instructions. Now, this could be due to the lack of their English language skills, and their calculations using meter for altitude and kilometer for distance, whereas most countries use feet and nautical miles. Post this collision, Indian aviation made it mandatory for all aircrafts flying in and out of India to be equipped with an airborne collision avoidance system, which also set a worldwide precedent in avoiding collisions. Did you know, on an average, there are 1.5 mid-air collisions per year in the world? Today in history, November 13th. On November 13, 2014, during the one-day international cricket match between India and Sri Lanka, Rohit Sharma of Indian cricket team set a record by scoring 264 runs. To this date, this is the highest ODI individual score ever. He hit 33 fours and 9 sixes in his innings of 173 balls. As a matter of fact, Rohit holds 2 more positions in the top 10 ODI individual scores. And overall, Indian batsmen hold 5 positions in the top 10 ODI individual scores. Today in history, November 14th. On the morning of November 14th, 1889, Nellie Bly began her very famous around the world journey. Nellie Bly, pseudonym of Elizabeth Cochrane Seaman, was an American journalist widely known for her record-breaking trip around the world in 72 days. She decided to take this trip as an attempt to turn the fictional around the world in 80 days into a fact for the first time, and completed her 40,000-kilometer long journey in 72 days, 6 hours, 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Even before this famous event, she was the best-known women journalist of her day and pioneered in investigative journalism. Today in history, November 15th. Nathuram Godse, Narayan Apte and 6 other co-conspirators in the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi were hanged on November 15th, 1949 in Ambala, India. On Jan 30th, 1948, Godse shot Mahatma Gandhi while he was out for his evening prayers. Godse and others were put on trial in Shimla and were sentenced to death on November 8th, 1949. Though a few, including Gandhi's sons and Pandit Nehru, were in favor of leniency for them to honor Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence, but the death sentence was carried out a week later. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe.